what you believe, the thoughts you carry inside your mind, the narratives you tell yourself every single day, will either build you up or tear you apart. You may not realize it, but your beliefs shape everything. They shape your choices, your actions, and, ultimately, your destiny. What you believe has the power to either propel you to greatness or keep you trapped in the prison of your own limitations. You are where you are right now because of what you believe. You've reached this point in your life because you've allowed certain ideas, certain truths, to dictate how you show up in the world. You've allowed your beliefs to either empower you or hold you back. But here's the cold, hard truth. If you believe that success is impossible for you, that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve to live your dreams, then you're right. You will never reach those heights. You will never break through to the life you know you could have. Because what you believe is the foundation upon which your life is built. And if you're standing on a foundation of doubt, fear, and limiting beliefs, then no matter how hard you work, you will always find yourself fighting against the current. You've been taught your entire life that the world operates a certain way, that success is for the lucky, that greatness is reserved for a select few. But let me ask you this. How many legends, how many game changers, how many innovators were born with special privileges? How many of the most influential people in history had the perfect circumstances? Very few. In fact, most of the people who changed the world came from nothing. They weren't given success. They weren't handed greatness. They simply believed that they were capable of it. And it was that belief, that deep, unwavering faith in themselves, that pushed them through every obstacle, every setback, every failure, until they built the world we live in today. Think about the likes of Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, or even the names of the past like Edison and Ford. These people weren't born with a golden ticket. They didn't have it easy. They didn't come from a place of privilege. What they had was belief. The belief that they could make the impossible possible. The belief that their vision was worth pursuing, even when others laughed at them, when the road seemed endless, when they faced rejection after rejection. They believed in their potential when the world didn't. And that belief is what carried them to the heights they reached. But you see, the opposite is just as powerful. If you believe you're not worthy, that you're destined to fail, that there's no point in trying because it's too late, that belief will also become your reality. You'll never step outside your comfort zone. You'll never take the risks necessary to create something extraordinary, because your mind will keep feeding you the narrative that you're not enough, that it's too hard, that success isn't for people like you. And if you allow those beliefs to take root in your soul, you will live a life of quiet desperation, wondering what could have been, all because of the invisible walls you built with your own thoughts. But the truth is, none of this is real. The stories you tell yourself, they are just stories. And like any story, you can change the narrative. If you're stuck in a story of scarcity, of limitation, you can write a new one. If you're trapped in a belief of failure, you can rewrite it as a story of growth. Your beliefs are not permanent and they don't define you, but they do dictate the life you lead. The most dangerous belief of all is the belief that you can't change, that you are stuck, that this is as good as it gets. You are not defined by your past, your mistakes, or your failures. Those things don't define you unless you choose to believe they do. Your potential is limitless, but only if you believe in it. Let's look at the most important word in that sentence. Believe. What you believe will either break you or build you. It's a simple truth, but it's also one of the most powerful. Your mind has the ability to shape your reality. What you feed it will either empower you or enslave you. You have the power to shift your beliefs, to change your narrative, and to choose a story of resilience, strength, and eventual triumph. What if I told you that the next time you face adversity, you have a choice? You can choose to believe that this moment is temporary, that you're stronger than the challenge, that this obstacle is just another stepping stone in your journey. Or you can choose to believe that it's too much, that you're not equipped, that the pain will never end, and whichever belief you choose will become your truth. Because here's the thing, your beliefs don't need to be proven. They don't need to be backed up by evidence. Your mind doesn't need logic to make something true. It just needs your consent. You simply have to decide, but the question is, will you decide to believe in your greatness, even when the world doubts you? Will you choose to believe that you are worthy of success, that you are capable of overcoming every obstacle? Will you choose to believe that, even when things get tough, you can rise, adapt, and build the life you've always dreamed of? That is the difference between those who make it and those who give up. The difference is in what they believe. Think about it. Every major achievement in history was born out of belief. It wasn't magic. It wasn't luck. It was belief. Belief that something could be done. Belief that it was worth pursuing. Belief that even in the darkest of times, there was a way forward. It was belief that moved mountains. When you believe, you unlock the power within yourself. You stop being a victim of circumstances, and you become the creator of your reality. When you believe in your ability to overcome challenges, you become unstoppable. When you believe that failure is not the end, but a lesson to learn from, you move through life with a resilience that the world can't shake. But it all begins with belief. The belief that you are capable. The belief that you are worthy. The belief that success is not a distant dream, but a reality waiting to be seized. So, what will you believe? Will you believe in your limitations? Or will you believe in your boundless potential? Will you choose to let doubt and fear define you? Or will you choose to rise above them? The choice is yours. What you believe will break you or build you, but the power to choose is in your hands. Choose wisely, because the life you've always dreamed of begins the moment you believe you can achieve it. Your beliefs shape everything, and the time to change your life, to unlock your potential, is now. Believe in yourself. Believe in your power. Believe that the world is waiting for what you have to offer. And watch as the impossible becomes possible.